Next morning, after a hearty breakfast and saying goodbye to Yaki, we pushed off from Yak Donalds. As per our trip plan provided by Global Holiday Adventures, today we will be driving up to the village of Ghami, which is roughly 55 kilometers from Kagbeni. Sange kept us busy updating the character of today's route while we continue to drive through super dusty pebbled Kaligandaki corridor, witnessing the pure grandeur of Lower Mustang landscape. Today we will be traversing through some interesting landscapes, out of which crossing Sayan-Bochela Pass, the highest point of motorable route of Lower Mustang, will indeed be a test of endurance for man and machine. Apart from that, Chusang village is one interesting place that kept our curiosity at its highest point. The village of Chusang is surrounded by spectacular gigantic red, orange and grey cliffs spotted with now inaccessible cave dwellings. It is believed that these caves have been built thousands of years ago. Built as high as 155 feet from the ground, it is still a mystery that how people managed to carve these marvelous structures, that too in those times. Can't wait to see those by own eyes. Though the journey is long, but the landscape surrounding us is so mesmerizingly captivating that we never had the chance to feel disengaged, even for a moment. In this vast expanse of horizon, everything seems to be so near, yet it actually is so far. As a result, our eagerness of witnessing the man-made wonders of bygone centuries heightened our anticipation. The striking gigantic red-orange cliffs on the other bank of Kali Gandaki river cannot remain unnoticed even by mistake. And thus we could realize that we are at the threshold of Chusang village. Standing on the side of the riverbank, we just simply got awestruck with the stunning artistry of the distinctive wind-eroded constructions. Sange pointed us out to recognize the ancient caves positioned quite high above the ground. Time seems to have stopped among these idiosyncratic formations, and our wonderment beheld us to farewell this amazement. We have lot to see. Hence we rolled our wheels once again. Around 1.5 kilometers moving ahead, we realized that the sky caves of Chusang was just the beginning of wonderment. Sangye encouraged us to divert our wheels towards an off-track path, and instantaneously reckoning the sign of off-road adventure, we jumped into it. Following the faded tire marks, we proceeded. Enveloped within colossal vertical red-orange stone walls on both sides, we are now in a state of bewilderment. Haven't been to Grand Canyon, but now the only thing that is coming right in mind is the movie 127 Hours by Danny Boyle. Our overwhelmed state of mind got disrupted by a halt. We can't proceed further. A sudden 4-foot drop in the landmass ruined our further exploration. Kali Gandaki has changed her course, giving no opportunity to drive through her canyons. Sangye told us that we could have drove through the canyon for quite a distance and it would have been quite an experience. We are sure about it, but alas. But what a place it is indeed. Speechless. Almost half an hour halt at this enigmatic place refreshed our mind to get back on our way towards our day's destination at Ghami village. A few bends uphill and suddenly we found out that we have a bird's view of the Kali Gandaki Canyon. We couldn't miss out to lens this strikingly mystical view.
Our continued journey started to bring us up and above the mesmeric Kali Gandaki corridor that we have been traversing so far. Concentrating simultaneously both on surrounding mightiness and the road started to become challenging. Moreover, we could sense our machine starting to surrender its fluency to elevation. At first, I thought it might be my absent-mindedness towards the stunning surroundings which is hampering my driving pattern. But soon, I realized that my driving pattern isn't the key adversary playing an important role herein, but the inclination is. The mistake that I made was not to generate enough grunt from the very beginning of ascent, and now in the middle of the climb, this two-tonner is simply refusing to reciprocate wholeheartedly. Whenever I am trying to generate maximum torque and shift the gear from first to second, the RPM is sinking below 1000 mark apace. Hence, trying to take the inclination in first gear was an incorrect decision that I chose. I am aware that this is not going to work for long while the clutch is being overexerted to bring out the power, but my clouded mind failed to take appropriate decision. Though ascending few corners proved my apprehension wasn't inaccurate. The burning smell of clutch plate caught my attention. At the later stage, whenever I thought of that driving stretch, I wondered why I never thought of engaging the 4-wheel drive at that point of time. Truly speaking, I couldn't fathom the rate of ascent. But it's okay, we learn from our mistakes only. Fortunately, a patch of straight surface road ahead of us helped me to aside our jeep with the idea of cooling it down. It's always better to be careful than being stranded. By this meantime, cherishing the marvelous landscape became an icing on the cake. Never mind, all went well with our trusted machine and it's back on track energetically.
The brief halt helped not only the machine to cool down but also gave us realization of our inability to understand the sudden rise in elevation and adapt driving accordingly. Actually, the slow-paced twisting road after the Chele village has been quite tricky as far as understanding to what extent we are gaining altitude, that too in such a short span. However, as of now it seems that the Upper Mustang terrain taught us how to manage to climb and drive on the roof of the world. With deserted panoramic landscape, the age-old planet stands tall here with its pristine beauty, untouched and unaffected. As if Mother Earth has painted its bright blue canvas at her will with shades of dust. Interestingly, Sanghi informed us that this motorable road wasn't even there prior to 10 years. Thanks to the initiative of Government of Nepal to present this unique region to those people of the outer world who don't have the fitness to trek but still can witness this kind of breathtaking geological plenitude, at least on wheels. This has become more exclusive with restricted entry of tourist vehicles beyond Kagbeni. Opulence of vehicles would have not only spoiled the virginity of this region but affect the environment to a large extent as well. Out of nowhere, seeing this person walking at the edge of the road with his trusted companion gave us wonders. Sanghi revealed his probable identity as a wandering shepherd. Can we, those who reside within the cocoon of bountiful urban life, can even imagine walking this kind of eternal silence, that too all alone? From the start of Chele Lomanthang road that initiated when we parted from river Kali Gandaki and started our ascent near Chele village, the distance to Ghami village was 37 kilometers approximately. Though it is not a faraway distance but inescapable stopovers is making this journey quite long. No complaints though. This is the reason we always self-drive to destinations, so to savor nature's grandeur and local life as part of our own wish. One such example is witnessing for the first time the processed dry yak meat hanging in the courtyard of an inn where we stopped for refreshment. Sanghi explained us that the family is preparing themselves to encounter the harsh winter ahead. from a roaring engine, this eternal silence started to grab my absolute attention. More we are traversing this landscape, more I am becoming awestruck. I feel I can hear the mountains whisper to the blowing wind, which in turn is feather-kissing our dusty pathway, creating a fascinating orchestra led by the snow-capped mountain ranges. Sangi intimated that we are nearing Sayan-Bochela Pass, the highest point of our entire journey. After traversing through the highest point of 4,000 meters approximately, the road started to descend. From here, 16 km of downhill journey will quickly transport us to a day's stopover at Khami village, which is at an altitude of 11,700 feet. Expectedly, we will be reaching around 2 p.m. it seems. And there lies our destined breather. But as we parked our vehicle and proceeded towards a hotel which is 150 meters away, we can well understand the low level of oxygen. Well, let's see what Khami offers to us.